Welcome to the final 2v2 game of the day, which, since we're all tied up, is inconsequential in determining who wins the prize money, but whoever wins this is better at 2v2, right?
Yeah, I mean,
huge pride
that's
on the line.
Typically how you determine who's better at 2v2, who wins, right?
Yeah, because they're currently 4-all. Like, EU got 4 wins, NA got 4 wins, but NA are in better form, so
well,
I'm going to put
Who's the last 2v2
for all the people. The last 2v2 is going to be JHZER and kuxir on the blue team, and then also Squishy and GarrettG on the orange team. For all the people in chat who always talk about how much better EU is, like...
at least pretty close today. EU started off really strong, and then Squishy has won 4 games. Rizzo's won 3. Garrett's won 1. He wants to make it 2, though. He could literally double his wins with a win here. I didn't even need a calculator for that. He's going to struggle, though. Clears like this.
kuxir97 just sitting and lurking on the potential mistake. Oh, yeah. That
kuxir jumped over Garrett, though, just to make sure. I didn't see that in the first run-through. That was pretty smart. He wanted to make sure Garrett didn't land on him for no reason. 1-0. But Europe started off last series really strong, and then it just went downhill. So they got to make sure not to do that again. This is a team that we thought was going to be the strongest for Europe going into today, but actually JHZER and Scrub played really well also.
Well, I think JHZER and Scrub, and if Kux wins this one with JHZER, aren't they going to be tied?
Yeah, Kux currently has 2 wins, Scrub has 3, JHZER also has 3. So if JHZER and Kux win this, then JHZER carried EU pretty much. But we already know Squishy's the one who's been getting the most wins for NA. Regardless of the win or loss here, he's going to get the most 2v2 wins for himself.
Yeah, he's been playing sensationally today.
Oh yeah, for sure. I think he's been the #1 player. Just scoring some nutty goals. He looks like he's the one who's the most comfortable at dealing with the EU passing plays as well. Because that's what the difference was for EU and NA to start the day, is that EU were passing a lot better. Squishy's interceptions have just shut down those passes. Now EU are kind of going for a bit more solo plays, looking for, you know, capitalizations on misplays rather than forcing those misplays that you talked about to start off.
Right, we haven't seen much of any for demos from EU. It's been mostly a North American tactic.
Of course, like you said earlier, lower cars harder to get bumps with, and we're seeing 2 of them for right now. It's very rare to see 2 longer cars in one team in Rocket League. I don't know if there's ever been a really successful team that have used 2 flat cars. It's always the double octane. It seems to work out the best.
As far as 2v2 goes?
Or in 3s, I'd say.
Well, I mean, we used to have the SK way back when.
Oh, yeah. And
that was the triple.
That was the triple dominance. Yeah, dude.
That's actually how I met JHZER, through Yemen.
So Yemen is the reason why JHZER
well, I met him
your
through,
eye.
they were on SK.
Yeah. Yeah, JHZER thinks that Yemen back then was the best player in the world. Oh, JHZER again rotating in a weird line, catching kuxir off guard. Did he just...
Yeah, instead of opting to go the opposite direction of the ball and cross the goal, a slow rotation to net, he tries to go in front of kuxir and actually messes kuxir up.
Yeah, you get back to net faster, but dangerous because you might just drive into your teammate.
Again, another questionable rotation there from JHZER.
Works out though. Got the ambush onto Garrett, who was trying to get a pass infield to Squishy. This is a big chance, Squishy. No surprise to see him looking for the solo pass to the backboard here, and he shoots it low and gets it past the goalkeeper. Lovely placement.
Huge defensive error. We talked again about the demos only coming from North America, and in 2v2, it's just so good here. We see kuxir trying to go back up, and JHZER pushing that to the side.
kuxir would have had it. kuxir would have had it. JHZER tried to get the ball across the goal. Stuck it in his bottom corner by accident.
I think JHZER losing a bit of confidence earlier. We saw him just a lot stronger with his decision making, and ever since losing that undefeated record, he just hasn't been performing nearly as well.
Yeah, he's actually lost his only other game since that as well. Although it started off really well. Him and Scrub started great.
Great touch there from Kux.
Squishy's so casual how he defends it as well. Just looks like it's all NA right now. Can kuxir and JHZER do anything? That's nearly a 4-stone goal from Kux onto Squishy. We've got to say that although Garrett's the player in this tournament with the least number of wins, or the lowest number of wins, he hasn't been looking like the reason they've lost, to be honest. Like, he's made mistakes, sure, but
Yeah, and most of his games, it feels like he's been just barely losing a lot of his matches. Definitely his first few were struggles, but he's improved tremendously as the days gone on.
He's been scoring so many goals, but then, some games he'd score 6, EU would score 7, and it just wouldn't be enough. 2-2, still all tied up. This is a best of 3, of course, like all of the 2v2 series today have been. The winning team here will be the team who've won the 2v2 portion of the day. And although going to the 3v3 match immediately after with a point advantage, the winner of the 3v3 series will be the ones who take away the prize money from all of your guys' generous donations on Matcherino. kuxir trying to get a piece of the ceiling game. We've been seeing so many ceiling plays today compared to what we're used to.
Which we mentioned earlier, I think it's a result of the 2v2 format just being a little bit more developed. The pro scene just coming out for 2v2.
Yeah. These players are trying to explore that a bit more. Oh, just getting back. What a save by JHZER.
Yeah, that was just seriously
but again,
tiniest of margins.
Just came down like a peregrine falcon on Squishy's shot. That is a real bird, by the way.
Yeah, no, I know it is.
Oh, kuxir in the 1v2. Squishy spaces really well. Even though Kux took Garrett out the game, Squishy knew he could step forward and have an uncontested ball. Looks like we might be going to overtime. The ball is pretty low and it will stay on the ground. Game 1 goes the distance. EU have completely gone away from the fake kickoff switch, although they were looking sort of successful with earlier on today. It just started to not work against Squishy.
Great pass.
Oh, JHZER crept forward. Like you said, maybe he would have been better staying back there, give Kux more room to aim the ball towards. JHZER's looking for a tight angle.
What a shot!
Just goes wide. I think it kissed the inside of the post on the way by. Ridiculous shot from JHZER.
Had that gone in, a contender for shot of the tournament.
I can actually hear a voice inside my head. JHZER's going, no! As he always does in his montages when he just misses, barely. Tried to say no in a Finnish accent. How did I do? Leave it at that. That's all I need to know. I won't do it again. Oh, kuxir looking to end it with a late dodge. Garrett stays patient. Squishy has a chance now. He's in a 1v1. Boost is up. Oh, Garrett comes in to help out, and Squishy's got the rebound. So many rebounds, though, JHZER was able to recover. This is such a tense match. So many chances being created by both teams. The last one, or the next one, will go to N8. Squishy not able to get around the ball and pop it off the wall like he wanted to. I do love that both teams are so willing to take the ball to the ground this game. Not wanting to give it away for free, like they... I think that was happening a lot in the middle of the day. Less so towards the end. Squishy, late throw. He wants to get it past Kux, but in doing so, throws it way wide of the target. It's good recovery on the ceiling, though, to get back in the game a little bit faster, but JHZER just fires high. After what was a great infield pass from kuxir. Well, it's open for Kux, but he's shot way high again. The accuracy is letting EU down at the end of the day here.
Yeah, difficult shot.
There was a far post was covered, of course, by Garrett, meaning the shot had to be accurate from kuxir. One more shot also goes high. So many crossbars in this overtime. JHZER has just completely bodied Squishy off that ball, allowing kuxir to come in. Still more chances for N8. That is a miss from JHZER. Garrett perhaps not expecting it. Such a tense match here. Both teams, although they know the money will be decided in the 3v3 that comes later, they so badly want to win this. Come out on top in the 2v2 section of today. And this is, I think, the longest overtime that we have seen.
Yeah, the one before that's only 2 minutes.
Oh, Garrett 1v1 versus Kux gets taken out of the game. He's got another chance though. Kux again.
This is gonna be dangerous though.
Kux are doing a lot of work here, trying to get the ball away from danger.
And neither team utilizing team clears to the effectiveness that we saw earlier.
Oh, it's a great pass. Great save. Garrett, the only thing he could have done better there is approaching more from the far side of the field to give himself more of an angle to shoot with. They have more chances. Garrett to the crossbar. JHZER is there. Such a close game here. So many chances to both teams. We are up well over 10 shots for each. Oh, Europe really struggling to get the ball out their half. kuxir does what JHZER could not. This might be a big chance for JHZER. He's been ripping ground shots all game. This one goes way wide though, and kuxir is eliminated. Another chance for Squishy to get on the ground and dribble. Great play. He's gotten past Kux. Can he beat JHZER? No, he can't. And he accidentally clears it as well. The ball's landed on him. There's nothing he could do. What a save though by JHZER to keep us tied up. 4 minutes of overtime. This is only game 1 of our best of 3. kuxir looking to end it. It's up for JHZER. He's hit it really softly though. Oh, kuxir has got to run. He's done well.
Oh, so good from him. That flip, if he was any closer to the ball, his car would have gotten stuck on top of the ball. Able to get just the corner of it.
This is becoming the double match overtime that we sometimes see. It's just another 30 seconds and we will have had 5 minutes of regular time, 5 minutes of OT. Squishy rips one from the midfield. Great play by JHZER though to deal with that and then take control of the ball. 1 goal is all it takes. Teams are trying to get so creative. They know that these defenses are not going to crumble very easily. JHZER brings a great save out of Garrett. Can they get another one? kuxir places it top shelf.
So many key bumps and placements of the ball time and time again. kuxir just really able to put so much power with the corner of his car into the corner of the net.
Air roll shot to find the top corner. What a game 1. But it is Europe who have the lead.
We can see JHZER with 8 epic saves. That is incredible. 14 saves.
Are you serious? That's more saves.
That's like a record.
And they only have 12 shots.
That's a tournament record.
How do they have 18 saves when North America only have 12 shots and 2 goals?
Maybe they saved the ball from their own, like a pass or something.
I don't think I've ever seen a discrepancy that large though in stats. Like usually there's sometimes you can get more saves than shots, but that is way more saves than shots. My goodness though. 1-0. JHZER and kuxir are on the brink of securing the 2v2 portion of the day for Europe, which would be the perfect way to go into the only 3v3 series that we will play between these guys. We'll have Rizzo and Scrubkilla joining forces with those currently on the field, and they've started just like they finished.
JHZER with the fake jump, so good, and he spots Garrett just pushing that all the way to the side. Garrett, uncharacteristic of him to jump the gun coming out of that net there. He actually just rushed forward, and that puts him completely out of position.
He did well though, did JHZER. So looking to tie Squishy's 4 wins for the day. kuxir looking for his 3rd, which would also be equal to Scrub and Rizzo, who have finished off this 2v2 portion with 3 wins and 3 losses. Oh, JHZER's goalkeeping, 14 saves in game 1. That's just ridiculous. He did this in the Rocket League World Cup as well. Just top saves in the tournament. He can't keep that one out though. Garrett ties it.
I mean, here we just see both of the players on the back wall there, and we see as they come down, both of them out of position on the same side of the net, and they were doing such a good job holding up all that pressure, and you see the communication crumbling there in the end.
Squishy again, good passing to set it up. Oh, Garrett just can't air roll around that ball to keep it on target. This is something that Squishy's been doing ever since DreamHack Atlanta, which they were able to win. He's been looking to implement more and more passes into his play. He figured that that was the thing he did better at DreamHack Atlanta than he had at any tournament before that. Oh, Garrett might have just missed barely again. The left post is his worst enemy in game 2. JHZER whiffing on that clear. Squishy escapes JHZER's recovery demo. And now 3rd time lucky, Garrett does find the back of the net with that same air roll shot.
And JHZER here, I think, needing to just go straight back to net instead, opting for boost. That's going to leave the goal wide open.
They could tie this. They really could. EU are looking pretty messy to start off game 2.
And with the rise of Squishy in our tournament so far, we have seen... what a save! We have seen JHZER crumble.
Yeah, only one of them can succeed at the same time. They being opposite sides of the Atlantic, opposite sides of the field. They're pitted against each other. And Squishy's saying, hey JHZER, you might have more subs on YouTube, but I want to get more wins than you in this tournament. I want to get the money. Garrett just wanting to get his second win of the day. Good fake. Ball does bounce favorably for JHZER though. JHZER just takes Squishy out the game. Accidentally, of course. He was looking for the ball, only found Squishy's car in a heap of flames after all was said and done. Much more quiet game than the last, with these guys settling into more of a defensive posture for NA. That might be the solution against the JHZER team, who have been trying to play really aggressively compared to what I'm used to seeing from both of them. I think last game was the first that they decided to sit on their goal line and make that their last line of defense.
Oh, great mind game there from JHZER to force Garrett to hit the ball off the wall himself.
Yeah, Garrett, of course, I don't know if he wants to win this more out of himself and Squishy. Squishy's looking for his 5th win, Garrett for his 2nd. Of course, they're always looking at themselves as a team, although they all play for different teams. Rizzo, Garrett, and Squishy, the 3 most popular teams in North America being represented here. Of course, I know Rogue fans would have something to say about that.
Oh. Rogue now consisting with insolences.
Of course. Yeah, hugely unexpected change there.
Yeah, especially considering Insolence's performance the previous season in Genesis, playing incredibly well, but unfortunately
not able to get the job done when it came down to it. Because who did they play to try and qualify? Was it Selfless?
I
think it was.
We
had G2 losing to Denial on the other side. G2 getting denied. Oh, what a shot by Garrett! Look at how he rolls round the ball. JHZER again, not there in defense, but what placement by GarrettG.
JHZER would have had the save as well if that was any shallower of a shot.
Getting the angle and the speed, key there for GarrettG. Up by 2 now. Very much their game to lose.
Yeah, we've really seen Garrett come alive in this match.
Oh, Squishy says sorry. He knows that although Garrett wasn't able to get the save back here, his clear, hitting hard off that sidewall.
And then the flip afterwards, really what killed it. He had the chance to turn around and recover, but instead he commits to a flip.
Garrett missed the boost as well. He says in the chat, that's really weird though. I was looking out for it. In the replay, the boost was gone. But in the previous one, Kuxir says, I know, thanks for telling me. Kuxir is really getting quite cheeky today. I love it. First is ripping Marky Duda in his interview earlier. Oh, JHZER gets bailed out by Kux again. Defensively, JHZER has had such a night and day performance this series. Starting off with the day, and now he has just fallen asleep.
And something we saw that was really a lot of the cause for success for JHZER was his 50-50 game, which seems to have just kind of gone quiet a little bit. Earlier, it seemed like he was just beating defenders left and right.
He's going to have to save another boomer from Garrett, and he can't do it. Garrett too fast. Asks a question that's a bit too difficult. JHZER had no answer. I think JHZER just hesitating a little bit. He let go of his boost, and then he realized, oh, I should probably be holding that because Garrett's shot's pretty good. 30 seconds. This is going to be a tie game. NA and EU turning out to be inseparable in 2v2. And then it's going to be such a tough call to say who's going to win in game 3, especially with how
back and forth all the players have been performing.
I think Squishy the most consistent for me, but JHZER especially, such a good game 1, and then game 2, not what we want to see from him. Not what he wants to see from himself. He does hold a very high standard for his play. They might be able to get one more goal. JHZER, no boost, looking for it. Oh, Squishy says no. Again, great defense from Squishy, defender of the tournament in my opinion, and also goal of the tournament. Confused looks from the NA boys. They probably feel like they've played a whole series already, given how long the first game took. But that is actually game 2 that we have just seen. They're all one each. Third match coming up, and that is the last match as well between these guys. Last match of the 2v2 portion of the stream. Again, we'll really quickly give a shout out to our main sponsor, Bad Panda. Thank you for making this tournament possible, and for all of you guys who are supporting in the chat and in Match Arena, donating so that we can make those stretch goals a reality, so that we can help out our friends at Anxiety Gaming as well.
Oh, a good clear here from Squishy. We're going to see if Kux can go for the double touch. And he gets
nails
it! What a double touch here. Looking at it from Garrett's perspective, you see just how difficult of a shot here it is for Kux, but such great positioning there. Garrett even coming out to challenge it. The only way to score that was if Kux pushed that all the way to the side, and he predicted Garrett's challenge as well, which makes that goal even better.
Kux stepping up so much. He did have to bail out JHZER a couple of times in defense last game, but now JHZER is helping him out to his second goal. Where was this from EU last game? 23 seconds. This would have been their equalizer if they had done this in the last 23 seconds of game 2.
And we see here, I mean, just great interference there from JHZER. Something we weren't seeing in the previous games. A lot of double commits from the EU side of things, and just really not able to get a handle on the game.
2-0 is now all on NA. And I don't think we could pick two better players for North America to try to make a comeback possible. Somebody came and told me North America are trailing 2-0 to Europe. There's 4 minutes and 10 seconds left. Who do you choose? I don't think that these two are a terrible choice. I think you're
right about that one, Johnny.
You picked a good choice. Garrett and Squishy, you can't go far wrong.
Oh, and just barely beating JHZER. A little too direct of a trajectory there. Again, more of this black and white performance from JHZER. Perhaps speaking to his break from competitive play, not quite ironed out all the mistakes and misplays in his game yet.
Might start to feel a little bit nervous as we get closer to the finish line, of course. Not what I would expect from him. If anybody is going to be comfortable on the finish line, it would be someone from Finland. But now, as more and more questions are being fired at the EU net, will there be an answer? No, there will not. Squishy gets on the board as well. 2-2. It didn't take them long to find the equalizer.
Right, a great touch there from Garrett, put so much pressure on the defense, and Kux unable to get the pinch. The big issue there in that last play, we see JHZER just kind of lurking in the back of the net for too long, getting complacent, just watching the ball instead of positioning himself further forward. He's unable to make the save.
Well, the pass is open for Kux to JHZER. Again, Squishy has been so good at spotting out that threat, making himself as useful as possible. He didn't give Kuxer an angle to shoot or to pass with.
But we've seen EU get farther and farther away, going for these super long passes, something that we didn't see earlier. We saw a lot of really close passing plays.
JHZER with a fake, looks for another. Doesn't quite find it. That would have been insane if he just faked out both Garrett and Squishy back to back. Reminiscent of Garrett's double fake on Marky and Greasy at RLCS Season 3. A fake that secured that win. Was a ace match then, it's an ace match now. Not just this one series on the line, but the entire 2v2 pride of an entire region.
Oh,
Kuxer.
Great challenge, JHZER. Able to just pop this ball out for Kuxer. Look at that. Huge pressure, and Squishy nowhere to be found. He went for the boost and was out of position to do anything there.
Still so long left. 200 or 200? 200. Not 200. 2 minutes and 43 seconds remain.
200 minutes.
I was trying to work out if there were indeed 200 seconds left, but there weren't even 200 seconds. I was completely lost after I started that sentence. Kuxer looking for another tight angle shot, doesn't find it. Squishy and Garrett were able to get the comeback earlier. They've got to do it again though. Squishy's come off the wall for this. Looking to touch it in field, just misses it uncharacteristically. Oh, see you later, Garrett. And say hello to Kux and JHZER. What a play by EU. That's going to feel pretty bad if you're Garrett, just leaving Squishy out to dry here.
Oh, it's so good there from JHZER to recognize the challenge and push that back on the side. He didn't use the front of his car, which was huge there. And I mentioned earlier to you, Johnny, the importance of closer passing, not going all the way up the field and broadcasting your intentions for your teammate.
Yeah, that was almost unstoppable situation for Squishy. He would have had to do so well to not get scored on after Kux faked Garrett out the game so hard. Garrett wasn't back in the game for a long time. He was gone after Kux broke his axles. 1 minute 40 remains. JHZER and Kux are that time away from taking the entire 2v2 segment of the stream, giving them a mental advantage, momentum advantage as well, going into the 3v3 matchup immediately after this, where we'll bring back in Scrub and Rizzo to join these guys. It's been so close, though. I didn't expect it to be this close going in. I really thought NA would be the team to beat. Europe have really stepped up. JHZER, of course, has stepped up sevenfold. He continues to do so. He's set up Kux yet again, and they're up by 3 goals, Quinn.
With 1 minute and 4 seconds left. We mentioned before, JHZER, such an incredible performance and then seeming to fall into a slump. He's got it back together now, and we see so many more team plays coming from the European side, something which seemed to be lacking a little bit earlier.
Great seed.
No fault of their own. Squishy Muffins really just foiling EU's plans.
Of course, hello, Squishy and Rizzo will be the undefeated team, the only undefeated team of the day. It's all for naught when kuxir joins the show. It starts playing like this. Still a chance though. Squishy and Rizzo, or Squishy and Garrett, sorry. 2 goals down. That is a post from GarrettG as well. Well inside the final minute though. It's going to be so tricky. Kuxir's a beast in a 50-50 as always. He's doing even more. He just goes the distance himself. The setup here is incredible.
I mean, a little unfortunate that 50-50 is so good for Kux.
I don't know how he won it so hard. That was ridiculous.
You see the NA team, I'm not sure who it was, either Garrett or Squishy, they came a little too far on the challenge, ended up pinching it backwards.
Yeah, hoping for a really, really good 50-50. Instead, they get the worst possible 50-50, and it looks like it's going to be too much of an ask for Garrett and Squishy to get back into the game. Which means that as far as individual scores go, JHZER will tie Squishy for 4 wins from this 2v2 segment. Scrub and Kux both getting 3 each. And Squishy also able to get 4. Rizzo 3, Garrett 1. If my math is correct.
I think it is.
And it's technically not over yet. There could be 2 goals, but I never want to even
Johnny, keep
consider it. It's got to be like a bot kickoff. They're going for the bot kickoff. The only way to win, the bot kickoff, but not even that was enough. 6-4, and a goal glut from Kux and JHZER, and they've taken it. They have won the 2v2 portion of the stream. That's going to be great for the momentum going into the 3v3 match, which will follow.
Right, it's super important for these guys because our 3v3 match is the one that will determine the winner of our invitational here.
That's going to be where the prize money goes, because right now, Europe are on 5 wins, NA are on 4. But the 3v3, in a tie, is the tiebreaker. So if NA can win, they tie it up 5-5, and they win the 3v3, so they would take the money. They've just got to forget about that last loss and get the W.